We're recorded?
Going.
Yeah. So a sales funnel is a really great thing that coaches do, speakers, and stuff like that. Especially like if you're paying coaches to teach you how to coach and all this. So there's all this lingo. And so sales funnel is a great way. I'm trying to make a funnel, but it's not working. Here we go.
Hang on. Like
Sales
a lens?
funnel.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah. And the idea is that you have different offers and you have 3 offers, right? So if I'm going to paint a house, right? I come meet with the client, you have to qualify them on the phone, and then you go meet with them in person, and you can charge for that, right? Which everyone does a free estimate. Well, Lucky Dog Painters charges for a paint proposal or a painting plan, right? And I'll spend 2 or 3 hours, writing up this plan for you versus like, a free estimate, get it to you whenever, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, so you have a way of a point of entry, and it's like a low price, right? If I was a speaker or whatever, it might be you come to my one seminar on 7 steps to success, right? And that's $300, right? And then you go, okay, well, now I have this other offer, and that's for $600. And then I have the other offer at $900. So you just like boom, 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 right? Or you do 300, 1200, 2500, right? And the idea is that you get points of entry, and then you do what you're doing, Sam. Hey, what's up, Fatal Tech? What's up, Ethan Tookie?
Yo.
And then you have like podcasts, stuff like that. You give out free information to get people to come to your, one of your entry points, right? And the idea is they buy this, then they buy that, and then they buy that, right? And it's like, so if you already,
it's like going to the movie theaters, and you're going to watch the movie, but the popcorn costs you more with the Coke, and all the candy that you buy and all other accessories is where they really get you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. So they don't make money off the movies per se. They make the money on the concessions.
Yes.
Right.
Like some of the
like in casinos,
products that I want to sell, I'm not necessarily concerned about having those be the big earner. Is more of like the Patreons that I get, the entertainment that I'm trying to provide along with the products, and use those products as billboards. Like I would like t-shirts and hats to be advertising and marketing the channels that I'm trying to promote, so they can come see the entertainment. Like I have comment of the day is one of my new things. I like to put comment of the day because people are leaving really good comments sometimes. And so All Perception, she has one of the best comments that has 1.4k views, like over 1,400 views. It's ridiculous in 2 days. And her comment goes something like this.
Fatal Tech, a favorite. What's up, Ethan Tookie?
Yeah, make sure to definitely favorite everyone.
I like her hand gestures.
Yeah. Everyone favorite Magnus. We're doing a podcast interview promoting Magnus and trying to help grow his channel and promoting
the clown.
Different ideas. Oh, dude, you got to show them some of the rocks and some of the different jewelry stuff that you were kind of working. Oh, you still haven't talked about that.
I'm a little hungover today. I had my wife's and I's 11-year anniversary. And we had a beautiful night. And kids went and played Nerf guns and stuff with some other kids in karate or taekwondo. And so I have pearls. These are jade. Jade's really beautiful. Comes out of usually like China, stuff like that. And different beads that are like rose quartz, hematite, lapis, stuff like that. To go with nice stones like amethyst. This is I forget what this one is.
It's cool looking.
I actually have this really cool thing. The kids are watching TV. I won't do it, but I have a whole thing of the different stones, and there's like little ones, and then it tells you the name. So I can program some of this stuff better into my memory. Right.
Yeah.
Here's a nice smoky quartz wrap, and I can turn this into like a magic wand. right? I have one started.
Nice. And then
this one's really cool. Oh man, these are all caught up. I'm gonna have to untwine them. But this one's a really cool stone, and it comes with a sheet, right? Because like I'll cheat, you know, like if because I don't have all this stuff in memory. Because this isn't how I make my money. This is just a hobby.
Yeah.
But I always need stuff to do. But that stuff's called Larimar, right? And how these would read out in stones. You know, I'm sure the same person is doing like astrology for the paper. It's kind of silly, but it's fun too, right? It's fun. So Larimar has a high vibration. It's about communication. It's about nurturing, right? So Larimar supports you through the constant changes of life. It is associated with the heavens, the seas, and the earth. I mean, that's a lot of coverage.
Hey, Dad, want to see my chicken?
Not quite at the moment because I'm in the middle of reading something, but I appreciate that you want to show me a chicken. Big chicken.
Perfect.
I hear you clucking, big chicken.
Yeah.
All right. It combines your mind and your thoughts with your heart and your emotions, gathering them into a harmonious whole. Larimar helps you to view events from a different, more positive perspective. It softens, enlightens, and supports the healing process of your physical, emotional, mental health, and spiritual bodies. I mean, when I read that, I kind of had to buy the stone because that sounds fucking magical. I have a leprechaun.
Yes.
I don't know. But it's also just fucking beautiful. It's
dude,
blue,
it is beautiful. Absolutely.
With purple.
Yeah. Dude, that's sweet.
You know,
see,
it's polished.
What's fun is to do something with these stones in a way that now you can put it to use versus it just like sit in a collection somewhere. That's what I think is so cool.
Well, yeah, so I have these, right? And then I started selling them, you know, like online and Facebook around Christmas time.
Another idea is like wind chimes. Use stones to make wind chimes. Incorporate it into the wind chimes. And
oh, sick.
That was an idea. And then other idea I'm thinking of is, you know, those dream catchers, the Native American dream catchers. You could incorporate those different stones into those artistic designs.
Well,
that would be very cool too.
I can make dream catchers. So I worked at a bead shop when I was 20. I was living out of my truck. I was 21. I was living out of my truck camping. I was 22 and I worked at this bead shop. And then I learned to make necklaces and stuff for my family. You know, and then never did it again until my kids were like, buy me this pendant or necklace. And I was like, dude, I'll teach you how to make your own. Come on, dude.
Right.
And so I'm going to show you out here because I'm a juggler, guys. And I hang out with a lot of have good internet over there.
It's okay.
But there's hula hoops out there and there's these magic wands. So I make these staffs and stuff for jugglers and even magicians, right? So these are like 2 magic wands.
Dude.
And
nice.
Right? And then you can like do these cool and you get and so I work with this guy in Colorado and he's like this really cool hippie juggler and he does all this sacred geometry with fire dancing and hula hooping, and then there's men and women, and it's all choreographed, and like we're fit. I mean, well, you know, they are. I have dad bod, but it's cool. And but you get out there and you do this cool stuff, and it's taking things like fire dancing and stuff to new levels, right? And for me, I feel like I'm an artist. I'm like a true Renaissance man.
Did you do that? Did you?
No, it was a friend selling his friend's artwork.
Right.
And I paid for it and I bought one for someone else. And I was like, but you got to sign it. I was like, yo, I got a Sharpie. So like he wrote.
Yes. That's right.
From the homie.
That's
to the homie.
I totally forgot.
And then he signed his buddy's name.
Yes, thank you for
Yeah.
That's such a beautiful piece of art there. Incredible. Very cool.
I appreciate it. Thank you. You know, and it's just kind of fun, you know, to have my hobby here, and it's fun to like have this photo of an artist that a local artist, and I get to see him at shows and stuff. It's really cool. Like, and he's from Peru, and I love Peru. I've been to Peru twice, and he's a good dude, and I get to see him. Like, I went to this Unity festival with my kids. We went camping this weekend, and I go by this Unity festival, and it was rad. All these like nonprofits in my community, like helping people in wheelchairs and helping people with like learning disability. It's just rad. And my kids had a great time, and there was all this slam poetry and rap. And like, I live in a fairly white community, and I grew up in very multicultural communities, and like, I was fucking loving it. And then I was gangster walking, crip walking and shit like that, because that's like we did.
Nice.
And then in Memphis, the kids of us, they started doing the Memphis juking, dude. And I haven't quite learned that shit, but it's like moonwalk. It's cool.
Okay.
And it's right out of Memphis. And I have to represent now. Like, I'm an OG. I spent 5 years in Memphis. I ate me some good ass fucking barbecue, people. Yeah. And it has to have some slaw on it. That's coleslaw. Now I'm in Northern California. I make my own sauerkraut. So I make the pulled pork sandwiches with sauerkraut, because then it gives me gut health. And
yes.
Yeah, and then Memphis, right? Like, I'm dancing, right? So I travel the world, I dance. I'm like, if y'all playing American music, I'm gonna show y'all how to dance.
Yeah. Dude, you are awesome. That's so incredible, because you were saying earlier, when off the recording, that you've traveled the world, you've worked around making money as just a performer, street performer, and so you can pretty much live anywhere. You also do painting now, like you do all sorts of stuff, like painting houses.
So I paint houses.
And the first time maybe this is the second time I interacted, you were painting your trailer, and it was turning out looking really very nice.
Yeah, I was updating a trailer, and outside I have another trailer. I just sold it for $2,500. It's a like super deal to this gal.
Nice.
And it's a doghouse. Tiny house trailer that I built that could be like a food concessions.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to finish the inside. I'm actually glad to sell it, because like I would never stop working on it.
Yeah.
Right. And then like, I'm looking forward to getting land and like building a bunch of cool ass projects. I don't want to live in like one little trailer. Like, fuck that, man. I grew up poor.
Yeah.
I've lived out of my truck. Like fuck that. That doesn't sound glamorous to me. Like, minimalism isn't cool or trendy.
Here's the deal. I don't mind having a small space, but it's really important to have a bigger space that you can go into and hang out and or socialize with other people. And
I think a yurt. Like, live in a small little space, but then have like a main room, like a yurt or something like that.
Sure. And that's kind of what I'm down with. That's my goals, is I'm going to have the RV and other tiny homes. I want to have rent.
Because it gets really hard when it rains and snows and you're like in a...
Right.
Like, because I'll take we have a little 16-foot RV and trailer, and that's what I was painting with you. And, we'll take that. And I've taken it in the snow, and it has a heater. And it's great, but a 3-day blizzard or a 4-day blizzard, you can,
Yep, rough. It gets rough. Yep.
Yeah, I need a place to like do my push-ups and.
Absolutely, no, I get it, and that's I think it's important to have other spaces that you can work in and or hang out and socialize. And that's kind of
the first thing I would build is my garage, my 3-car garage shop with like a granny flat on top.
There you go.
Before I build my sick ass fucking house.
I'd rather have a small home to sleep and live in, and the bigger shop is where I actually spend the time and whatever. Exactly. Yep.
And where I'm Jaden, right? I'm a 5th generation cherry farmer in the Dalles, Oregon, right? And we have 117 acres since 1904. It was my great grandfather, my 2 great grandfathers. My great grandfather and his brother started this farm. Wow. And there's like 7 buildings on there, man. And the Goonies was filmed out by there, by a beach house we have like above Astoria, Oregon. And where I live now is the fucking end of End of the movie, it's Goonies fucking beach, bro.
What?
It's sick.
Dude.
And this guy pointed